How's it going, everybody? RyeSquad here today, and we are back with your Columbus Blue Jackets here, trying to defend our Stanley Cup. And I'm sorry, guys, it's taking me so long to get to episode number 16 here. It's been the holidays and finals, and a lot's been going on. Started the new podcast. If you haven't seen that one, guys, make sure you check it out if you're a Sabres or Canucks fan. Either way, we're just talking hockey. It's a lot of fun. Me and Abby, Thatcher Demko, one of the channel moderators, has been doing that with me. It's been awesome. But guys, we're back with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, we don't have much time left with the Columbus Blue Jackets, right? I said I'd start a new series for you guys at the start of the new year. It's December 27th right now, so we're basically there. I'll probably let the Blue Jackets live a little bit in 2024, but I have another team and another idea in mind. I want to use the Calgary Flames with owner mode, with morale, like with all of that on, like Fog of War even maybe. We'll put that on, see what we can get. Maybe not Fog of War. That's kind of annoying because then I have to keep an eye on both my NHL and my amateur scouts. But either way, I think that should be fun. So if you guys are excited for that one, make sure you leave a like on this episode and let me know down in the comment section what you guys are feeling about the Calgary Flames and all that potential side stuff. I really enjoyed this series, though, with the Blue Jackets and with the Wheel. Speaking of the Wheel, we have to start Daniil Tarasov for the first 5 games of the season. I don't think that should make too much of a difference. And also, really, he doesn't want a contract extension, is what we kind of rolled at the end of last episode. He didn't want one anyway, but this way I can't even offer him one. It's completely locked out for me, so Daniil Tarasov is not going to be coming back, which is kind of fair. We have plenty of goaltenders in the system. And guys, the team is great. And you guys have been great. Those of you that have been supporting this, I'm so thankful for you. It's been a great year for the channel. 2023 was a lot of fun, and I cannot wait for 2024. NHL 24 started off with a bang for us. This Blue Jacket series has been fun. I've got some other ideas coming for the new year for you. If you want to see anything, let me know down in the comment section. But that's probably enough talking about the channel, the state of the channel. We can maybe talk about that later on. But for now, we've got to talk about defending our Stanley Cup championship. And you guys can see the team is just out of this world. It's nasty. With Pettersson and Johnson and Line A, that top line is off the charts with Goudreau, Fantilli, Beauvillier on the second line. Marchenko, Suter, Chinikov, and then Marku Lidman, Tyson Forrester, and Cole Sillinger are our fourth line. Scratched is Roseanne, Thomas, and Pitlick. So we'll see about that. We'll see if any of them, who's not performing on that fourth line, because I feel like I can easily rotate in and out. Defensively, we're getting the +5 from Werenski and Boqvist, Jirasek and Rensfeldt. That's a nice second pairing. And then Matichuk and Dylan DeMello, our new signing. Defensive defenseman who fits great here on the third pairing. 1 year, 3.3. We'll figure it out. We'll let some of our guys in the system go ahead and develop. Taking a look in the system, too. Luukkonen is somebody that I wanted to see grow a bit. He didn't quite get to the point where I wanted him to get to. He's clearly not ready for the NHL, but he should be fine. Maybe next year, get him a good year there growth-wise. Let's see. As far as anybody else in the top 6 to really keep an eye on, there's not too many. Maybe Hunter McCown. Didn't even draft him. So a lot of these guys, Toby Bentley, right? We traded for him from the Detroit Red Wings. We're going to actually move him up over McCown. Actually, I want to move him up on the first line. Toby Bentley's going to go on the first line there. And then down here on the fourth line, we've got Joonas Saarelainen, who I guess I can maybe move Del Bellas down to the fourth line. Saarelainen will play on the third line. Defensively, we got Bernie and Samuel Johannesson. Neither of these guys really project to be like future players for us. Honestly, it's going to be interesting to see what I do about that final spot in the in the NHL next year, but that's a next year problem, right? Right now we got Jet Greaves and Christian Kirsch, as well as you guys saw scratched. We have Kilger as our goaltender, so we're totally set there. I'm very excited to get the season underway and get it started. Remember, we have Tarasov for the first 5 games. He's got to play there. Other than that, I think we're doing pretty well. So let's get up to that first game of the year against Vegas. I don't remember where Vegas finished last year, but an offer for a trade there. I'm gonna pass on that. I think I'm gonna pass on this. I think I might turn these off. Oh my god, it's literally every day. One more day? Yeah, no, I'll be right back. So we've made it up to the Vegas Golden Knights, not Las Vegas. They don't do that lost thing there in Vegas, not recently anyway. But Vegas versus Columbus here to open the season. We're on home ice. We're raising the banner. Tarasov's in net. I don't think they have a banner raising ceremony anymore. I'm not sure, but Daniil Tarasov is the goaltender there. Look at that. It's like it knew. But if we advance the day, are we going to get a win there? Well, that's not good. That's not a great start to Tarasov's first run here as the starting goaltender. Gaudreau did get 2 points on the second line, but a 7-2 loss. Was it 7-3, 7-2? Something like that. Something not good. Tarasov will go ahead and put him in there again against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. We're going to, oh my God, this back-to-back 7 goals against. Oh my God, Askarov, please come save us. But oh my God, this is brutal right now. What line is getting -7? The top line is a -7 already. Are you kidding me? Okay, Johnny Gaudreau is going back on that top line, and we are gonna leave things like that. Holy cow. Goaltenders again, Tarasov. Oh my God. Yeah, he's probably gotten pulled. No, he hasn't gotten pulled yet. He's got a 604 goal against average. All right. Against Montreal now, can we kind of shake it off? We do, a 6-4 win. We still have to put in a ton of goals, but through 3, we're 1-2, and goals are flowing. That's for sure right now. But let's go ahead and make sure that Tarasov is still in goal. He is not. We'll just keep doing that. I can't wait till Askarov. We are just going to ride Askarov throughout the rest of the season. Absolutely. Against Toronto, 1-0 in a shootout. Okay, so that's a shutout win for Tarasov. That's going to help the goal against average a little bit after these first 2 games. Seems like the line changes may have helped too. Johnny Gaudreau is absolutely killing it. 5 points in 4 games played, 5 assists. He's not really scoring much, but hey, if Johnny Gaudreau is going to be a point per game, I will take it. We're in game number 5, our final game where I have to do this. Daniil Tarasov, one more time, buddy. Come on, let's see what we got. How are you doing? Actually, he's pulled it back. He's pulled back the stats a little bit. I know it's early yet. But here against Seattle, he's getting the first one of the home and home, a 5-4 overtime win. So Tarasov goes 3-2 in his 5-game stint. We get to just let it ride now with Askarov, and now we're good to go. So this is the first month, 3-2, not great. How do we do here against Vegas? Can we still, we take the L there too. Let's get through another month here. It's November. We're really not too concerned with the team. Askarov, we get to play him a lot more. 3 straight wins there, followed by a loss by the Islanders. Against Florida, we lose. The Rangers, we lose. Oh, wow, this has been a pretty 500 season. This is not the start that I thought we'd have. Maybe some of that is that cup hangover. Maybe some of that is the team. Oh, I was going to say is not as good as I think it is, but holy cow. That is a goal scoring spree. 9 goals, 6 goals, 4 goals, 6 goals. And we are 12-8 as we head into the month of December. Second place in the division, though, 24 points. Not the best, right? So if you look across the league, thankfully our division's been kind of beating each other up. It's still a really, really good division, right? So we'll get up here. We'll keep going through the season. A big win, 2 big wins. That's what, 5, 6 in a row now? I think that's 6 in a row, 7, 8 wins in a row. We finally lose to Pittsburgh. Of course, in our own division, we go on a 3-game losing streak, but bounce back. Win, loss. That's tough there, but we do bounce back in division with 2 wins. Love to see wins in the division. And against Edmonton, we pick up a point, which does move us into a divisional spot. So we're close to about, halfway through the season. We're in the new year. We're in the year 2028. Johnny Gaudreau is absolutely amazing. He's almost got an assist per game and then 18 goals as well. So the offense is there. It might be something about the defense. We might need to shake that up. We'll see the plus minus at this moment. It looks like Johnny Gaudreau is just a god still. Forster, Sillinger, Matichuk. Okay, these guys definitely, Matichuk, Lidman. The bottom 6 isn't doing well. DeMello's not doing what I brought him in to do. I think maybe Cole Sillinger's only got 4 points. At least Forster's got 2 goals. I think we need to shuffle that bottom line a little bit. I did that so we could get the +1, but I think I might go with Isaac Rosen over Cole Sillinger, because Cole Sillinger just not impressed me. Not at all. Rosen is also pretty young. He's a pretty good 2-way forward. I mean, defensively, you'd like to see a little bit better, but 85 stick checking, 80 awareness, but the playmaking, the passing, the offensive awareness, we need those guys to get points, right? And then defensively, I'm wondering if I should do something. I mean, Werenski is killing it, though. That's the thing. Like, Werenski is absolutely killing it. But maybe I move Rensfeldt up and we see how it goes. Help out that, the depth a bit more than we have been. We'll make those 2 changes. We'll get up here. I think, just kind of, we'll probably just get through the whole season in this recording. I don't see any reason to stop. We're the top. I mean, we are the Stanley Cup champions. 4-3 win there. 5-0 shutout win there. Some defense. Okay, 2 goals. 2 goals against again. That's fine. 3 against. 2 goals against. The goals against are low. Offense went missing. Hello. There we go. 4-1 win. 3-0 win. Against Philly, we lose 7-3, but then a 5-0 shutout win. We get shut out. Win in overtime. And then against Anaheim, we win 4-3. So 28-19-1, pretty solid there. 57 points. We're obviously, a bit off of our pace in years past, but we kept that pace up for a crazy amount of time. Did we get guys to kind of jump plus minus wise? It looks like maybe a bit we did. Werenski's now a plus 20. Sillinger's still the only -7. Everybody else is seeming to improve a bit. Rensfeldt, I want to see him improve. Speaking of improvement, he's really, really good. Like, that defensive category for an offensive defenseman is solid, and the rest of his game is just great. So I want to see him do a bit better. As far as points are concerned, are we worried about anybody? No, Kent Johnson. I mean, we got 3 guys over a point per game. Laine's basically there, so this is what we're used to. This is our top 4. Boqvist then. Fantilli has been a disappointment, but he's grown a bunch of X factors. Yoink bounced back and shut down as well. Holy cow. Okay, so he has developed quite nicely this season. He's now, I think he wasn't at an 87 coming into the year. Let's take a look at the progress report, see what happened there, but I definitely noticed that he's got more X factors because at the start of the year, he only had 1. As far as modified, Boqvist has had the most modified. Anybody getting some natural growth in here? Werenski, he's growing. I mean, it's probably a little bit much to talk about natural growth, but Kent Johnson is high elite now. No natural growth from him, statistical growth, which is fine. Fantilli, are we seeing natural growth out of him? A little bit. So face-offs have gone up, which is nice because you want to have the puck at all times, but really, he's just developed those X factors, right? Laine still got his gold. Elias Pettersson still got his gold. Fantilli there. Did we get a gold for Kent Johnson? We haven't yet. Werenski and Boqvist. So no gold for our defensemen. But other than that, I think we're doing pretty well. I don't really see us needing to make some big change. I think the team is fine. We just kind of need to tweak what lines and who's paired with who. Let's take a look at goaltenders now. The stats are not painting a pretty picture for the goaltenders. Obviously, Tarasov did not start the year well. He's got 17 games played, but Askarov, I'd love to see a bit better of a save percentage than .901. 286, I mean, it's average at best. And this is the first year of his big contract, too, so I would really like to see him start picking it up. Defensively, like I said, we weren't doing great. We seem to have picked it up, though, in the latest month. What are we in? February? January. We picked it up in January. You guys saw after I made those couple changes. 3 goals, a shutout, 2 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals, 2 goals, 3 goals, 5 there, 1, nothing. 7 against the Flyers hurts, but we shut them out there. 4 against there, a 2-goal game. I mean, so the defense is starting to ramp up. So maybe we find a replacement for DeMello at the deadline. I don't know if I'm going to pin all of our defensive struggles on him, but at least for now, it looks like we're doing okay. Let's get up, we'll get a couple games in here. I want to get as much time to assess the new line changes as possible. A 4-1 win against Dallas. Defense is looking good there. Against Tampa, 3-1 win. Good defense, shutout defense. 5-goal and then 2-goal. So it kind of balances out, right? We still won this game thanks to our offense. You're going to have those, right? But a 2-goal against, 1 goal against there. Yeah, I think the line changes are doing great, and they're pulling us clearly away from the wild card spot, right? The Leafs are at 62, and the Hurricanes are at 61. We're 5 points ahead of that. We're only 2 points behind the Penguins and 5 points behind the Rangers. So this game against the Rangers here will be pretty big. So let's go ahead and get another week up, see if we can put some space between us. 2 big games back-to-back, a 6-0 shutout win, a 6-5 shootout loss. Overtime loss against Toronto, so they do pull a point closer to us. They are now 1 point behind us. Still 2 points behind the Penguins, 5 points behind the Rangers. This is a big game right here against the Rangers. That is a huge, huge matchup for us to climb back into the division title race. That's huge. All right, and with a game in hand, we are tied with the Penguins on points and 3 points behind the Rangers. Big game against Boston here. Okay, so can we keep this win streak going? We can. 5-2. Let's get up through the rest of the week. And a point streak, honestly, stretching back to the 19th here against Arizona, I think is phenomenal. Really, the team, it started off slow. We made a couple line changes. We moved Goudreau back to the top line, and oh my God, Johnny Hockey. I was like, oh yeah, we'll just his swan song, whatever. He's just going to be on the second line as he starts to decline. And Johnny Goudreau said, no, screw that. I'm still the best player in this franchise. Technically, he's not, but, he's got next year signed at 9.75, and he is absolutely proving value for money here. I mean, Jesus, his playmaking and senses are just off the charts. His shot's still great. Taking a look here at expiring contracts, we got Werenski. Beauvillier does not want to come back. These are two big ones, right? This is where the real change in the organization may come from. Isaac Rosen, how are you doing on the fourth line? He's got 6 points and a +4. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that from Rosen. What does he want as a contract extension? Absolutely. Cole Sillinger, very disappointed with him. What does he want? Does he want a two-way deal? No, he doesn't. I don't think I want to re-sign him there. DeMello is a -1, 27 penalty minutes. I don't like that. Obviously, you guys know I hate guys that give away penalties. It's just not good. Chinikov, he's been okay. I think we can live without him because we've got Kirill Marchenko. Beauvillier doesn't want a contract extension. This is a guy that I feel like is going to be hard to replace. He's banged home 20 goals per season and 50-plus points every year while being pretty much a solid two-way player. Obviously, last season, everything, the stars aligned for us. Power play, he gets about 10 to 12 points on the power play. His ice times increased every year, right? 14, 16, 18. This year, we're seeing him continue to produce at that 18-minute mark. His giveaway to takeaway ratio is elite. I'd love to give this guy another contract. I really, really would. What is he asking for? He wants only 4.4. I'd give him 2 years at. Will he take? We gave him a 2-year, $4.7 million contract. We have $16 million in cap space. I'll give him another 2 years at 4.7. I absolutely would. And Werenski, he's having a great year, plus 28. He's got 26 points. Again, it's just one of those at 30. What's he asking for? He's only asking for 7.7. I think I'll let you guys let me know after this episode, what should I be doing with Werenski, right? 7.7 is not bad. 9.5, don't like that. But 7.7 for, what is it, about 4 years? I think he's going to have those X factors pretty much throughout. He's a legend for the club at this point, right? He's an absolute legend. He's been here since his career started, 2016-17. How many games played does he have for us? Is he breaking any records as far as game played for the Blue Jackets? 803 games played for the Blue Jackets, and that's one thing I want to check out. Is our records right now, because this could play into it, right? We're talking about Werenski and being a staple at the club. Let's take a look. I don't care about the Ducks records. I care about the Columbus Blue Jackets records. Okay, so all time, Kent Johnson has the most assists for the club. Boone Jenner, most games played, but Werenski's only 100 away from setting the new record for games played for the club, and I think it would just make sense to re-sign him. Laine, wow, is also close to, 55 goals is not crazy for a guy like Patrick Laine. Werenski would tie the record all time for most seasons if we do extend him. Johnny Gaudreau has the most points. Johnny Gaudreau is 20 points away from setting the record. Guys, we got record breakers here. Holy cow. Penalty minutes, Jared Bull. Werenski with only 288. I do kind of dump anybody that has high penalty minutes, I guess. So that makes sense there. Games played, 100 away for Zach Werenski. That's next season, guys. We got 20 games left here. Next season, we got over 20 games left here. I think I am going to extend Werenski. I think I am going to do it. I think I will. Goaltending-wise, we have goaltenders in the system that are expiring, right? In the system. Yeah, Jet Greaves is expiring. He does want a contract extension, and I think I'll do it. I'll give him a 2-year deal, right? Because then we can always move him. But I'm going to give him a 2-year, two-way deal. We got Kirsch and Kilger. McNeil's also a guy for the future. But Jet Greaves at 26 is about time. He's ready to come up. He'll actually be the most senior goaltender we have. But yeah, letting go of Werenski, we can afford him. DeMello does want a contract extension. I don't think I'm going to give him a contract extension. I think I'll wait on Werenski, though. We have 16.7. I offered out 4.7, which means we'll have 12. 7.7. We'd be okay. We just have to replenish the depth up front, right? I'm talking about letting Chinikov walk. Rosen's coming back. Sillinger, Thomas. Those guys are guys that maybe Akil Thomas will take a cheap two-way deal. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what we need. Those are the guys that are going to be coming up. Plus, we got Lidman in the NHL right now, and we also have Luton in here who's playing on the top line. He's got 41 points this season in 52 games, playing 19 minutes a night. Let's hopefully see some development there. We've got our low elite. Where is he? Bentley. He's 20. He's 75. He's got 44 points and 52. Oh man, boys, we may find one here. We may have found one in this trade. This could be great. That could be a phenomenal player for us. Putting up points in the A, you'll love to see it. But really, if anything, I'm going to try and find maybe a reasonably priced defenseman to replace DeMello, who hasn't exactly impressed me. Maybe a two-way defenseman instead of a defensive defenseman. Maybe that's the direction we want to go. Beauvillier is going to accept his contract. So is Jet Greaves and Akil Thomas and Roseanne. So that's fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, what are we on, a 4-game winning streak heading into the deadline? 1 point behind the New York Rangers after that shootout win against the Buffalo Sabres, who are right there with us again. Another top team. Oh man, okay. We got the trade deadline coming up. Defensive defenseman is probably where I'm going to be looking here. Johnny Gaudreau is, I just love seeing that. I'm going to be a conservative buyer. I don't want to like go all in, right? Because we have a roster that we like, but we do have to take a look and see what kind of defensemen are out there. There's Jacob Slavin, but he's got Victor Hedman. What would it take to get... Oh, no trades found for Victor Hedman. I'm sure I could find a trade for this. He's 37, and I'm sure his... he's not the same Victor Hedman I'm used to, right? He is 87 overall. He'll probably be dropping off, but he would fit the third pairing. He's got elite everything. His puck skills really have dropped off, so you're not gonna see him put up as many points as he has, right? You can see, with of course, old great defenseman went to Carolina. What a surprise! You can see he's just kind of dropped off. He's been average at best for Carolina. He's still eating minutes though. The giveaway to takeaway ratio is not exactly phenomenal, and with the puck skills being the most notable thing that's declining for me. As cool as it would be, I think I am going to pass. There's Blomdahl. Wow, Matty Blomdahl. They want to get rid of Matty Blomdahl. That's crazy. The medium elite. Oh, can they not come to terms with an extension for him? Maybe that's what it is. They may be in cap trouble, but he is a phenomenal power forward, and we don't have this kind of player. Doesn't fit our scheme, though, which is a bit of a disappointment. It is what it is. I wasn't in the market for an elite young player like that. Philip Hronik. It would take Marchenko, Sutter, Pitlick, Sutter in a third, Matachuk, Sutter, Beauvillier in a third. No, I don't think I want to do those trades. Marchenko, probably not. Pius Sutter, I guess I could. It's a second next year and a third next year. Pitlick, Sutter, and the third. That's probably the closest one, to be honest. We'll take a look. We'll just take a look at Hronik. See what he's doing, see how old he is. He's 30, so he's 86, two-way defender. He is really good. Fits the third defensive pairing at $7.5 million. I can afford it, but do I need that much of a player, right? And they offered me a trade that would put them under the cap, so that's great. Let's take a look at all available players. Hronik, yeah, Pietrangelo, he's got 2 years left. Velarde, nope. I'm looking for somebody with maybe 1 year. Beauvillier's not on the block. Why would you put him on the block? He's not. I also hate that. That's another thing there. I say it every time, but I hate getting bumped back to the main, the front screen just because somebody made a trade. Sidney Crosby's available. Sidney Crosby's available. We can give up Pius Sutter for Sidney Crosby? What? Pius Sutter here, making $2.4 million for sign through next season, or Sidney Crosby, who's 85. Yes, he's making $8 million this year. He'd fit the third line, though. He can't skate worth a damn. He cannot skate anymore. The legs are gone. But holy cow, this guy is still amazing. 67 points in 62 games played, and he can't skate. He's playing 17 minutes a night. I'm doing it. Trade accepted. Pius Sutter is replaced with Sidney Crosby. And it'll free up $2.4 million next year, too, so we can see who can, can go there. Connor McMichael, Victor Olofsson, Kapanen, Sharangovich. Wow. Okay. So apparently 1 year deal, 1 year left defensemen aren't very easy to come by. No trades found for S. Lindell. And I think I just made our cap situation very, very tricky. Finding a really young defenseman. You know what? Crosby's basically a defenseman. Samsonov goes from, wow, the Sabres traded for Samsonov after pumping 9 past him just a week or so ago. All right, let's take a look see if there's anybody else here. Morgan Geeky, center, no. Shillington, Domi, Raquel. I just want defenders. We could go after Malkin, too. Give those guys another run at it. Mahura. Man, there's really not many defensemen with 1 year left. Sean Walker. There we go. Akil Thomas for Sean Walker. We did just extend Akil Thomas, but I'm sure they would be fine with, something else. Sean Walker looks all right. He's a two-way defender. His passing and offensive awareness are not great. How about the giveaway to takeaway ratio, Sean? What are we looking at there? -10 for Washington. That's okay. Never been good, but he hits and blocks. Really not much of an upgrade here for us. Not really the guy it's just to go after a guy at that point, right? I say that after going after Sidney Crosby. Totally understand, but I mean, you can't pass up on a 40-year-old Sidney Crosby, just potentially, over a point per game still, playing 17 and a half minutes when his skating is dropped to under 50. There's Dylan DeMello. I guess I could see what teams would offer me for DeMello. It's probably going to be a lot of contending teams that want to give me, it doesn't look like anybody wants to give me somebody ready to go right now. Really, it's not bad that those trade offers, I could go after somebody, but I think it's probably better if we just stick with what we got, right? Don't see any need to move on from him unless we can find somebody to bring in, right? Maybe a like-for-like swap. A Torrey Krug here, probably not what we're looking for. Jamie Alexiak, defensive defenseman, no trades found at 3.2. What about Torrey Krug? No trades found. I know I can make my own trade. Adam Larson here, defensive defenseman, no trades found. Oh, it was Seattle, though. They had a glut of defensemen available for trade. Yeah, Alexiak, Larson, there's Walsh here. He's an offensive defenseman. I don't really want one of those. Jamie Alexiak, how old is he? 35. They're both 35, 6'7". They're both defensive defensemen. They want a fourth-line forward for Adam Larson. I can certainly supply you a fourth-line forward. Our cap situation's actually pretty fine. Adam Larson, how do you look? Again, defensive category is really, really good. He would fit the third defensive pairing and the penalty kill. That's important. Passing and puck control and offensive awareness. Let's take a look at defenseman here. Dylan DeMello. I just want to get a snapshot of DeMello in my head. His defensive category is all right. His puck skills are also fine. His 83 passing, I'd like to see a little bit higher. It's better than Larson's. DeMello's giveaway to takeaway ratio. I know they're not ever going to be great, but that's really not good. And he's not hitting or doing enough for us there. How about Adam Larson? 17 points is a -7. Whoa. Okay, so he's playing more minutes, but that giveaway to takeaway ratio is horrible. Cancel that. So I'm going to get rid of Adam Larson there. Let's take a look at their other defensemen. They also wanted to get rid of Jamie Alexiak. Jamie Alexiak, way worse puck mover. So this does not bode well for his giveaway to takeaway ratio. It's even worse. I think Dylan DeMello is fine. We can make it work with Dylan DeMello. Looking at the rest of their team here. Dude, this is their defensive core. What did they do? This kid actually looks pretty good. He's only 25, making almost no money. Ville Ottavainen is... It's not great, but it's not horrible. He's playing way above his head, right? Riker Evans here, two-way defender that actually has a good defensive category. He's good at the defending thing. He's not good at the awareness thing defensively. It's better, but, he's only playing 15 minutes a night, and those are the stats. Ty Nelson, the offensive defenseman. Honestly, again, another guy that looks all right. Giveaway to takeaway ratio is a lot better, and he eats pucks. This dude blocks shots. 86 shot blocking, and he just loves blocking shots. They also want to get rid of Riley Walsh, the offensive defenseman here, again, who has a pretty decent defensive category, and then Nate Schmidt. Nate Schmidt, the two-way defenseman, at 36. Giveaway to takeaway ratio, he's not playing much in Seattle, only 14 minutes, but that's really all we need him to do. I don't see the need to make a trade like this, so I think we're probably all set here at the trade deadline. I'm going to exit the trade deadline. Sidney Crosby, welcome to the Columbus Blue Jackets. That's crazy. Oh my God. Carolina traded for 2 firsts and Zvarakis. They got rid of Svechnikov, Shillington, and Blomdale. And oh my God, Toronto. What is that? Ben Harper. How are you? Not worth it. I'm gonna decline that. We didn't play the game against the Capitals, which is nice to see. As I get to edit the lines because they probably got screwed up. Rem Pitlick, I didn't want him playing. I wanted Marco Lidman. Not Cole Sillinger either, but I will fix that here in a second. Sillinger out for Forster. Forster's been playing a bunch of the games, yeah. So Rosen's a +4, which is kind of crazy. Lidman's a -8, but I don't really want to get rid of him. Akil Thomas hasn't played. Pitlick hasn't played, and we know that Cole Sillinger did not do well. Pitlick is probably the better of all these guys. The best, two-way forward down here for the fourth line. Akil Thomas is the much better skater, but... really in the sim, skating is not that big of a deal. It'll just apply when we, maybe I'll play Rem Pitlick. I'll just give it a try. But Sidney Crosby with Marchenko. Wow, Fantilli's grown nicely. Gaudreau, we're moving him back up for Patrick Laine because that's clearly working. He is starting to drop off, though. He's got one more in him, that's for sure, but he is starting to drop off. And then as far as face-offs, I think Kent Johnson's the better face-off taker, so that's fine by me. Yeah, and then defensively, we're going to leave, I think, Rensfeldt up on that top pairing. He was a +7. They did really well together. And Werenski was obviously killing it. +30, +25 for Boqvist. These guys are just absolutely dominating. And more ice time for Rensfeldt is a good thing. The power play, I'm assuming, is going to be fine. Pettersson, Gaudreau, Johnson, Laine, Boqvist. And then Rensfeldt, Marchenko, Crosby, Fantilli. This is crazy. Sidney Crosby's our third line center. I can't believe it. Oh, my God. He's exact bottom six forward. He is going to drop like a stone, but... man, his puck skills and things like that, they are phenomenal. So let's go ahead, get through the rest of the season here, and really get down and see where... I'm confident we're going to make the playoffs. Hopefully the Sidney Crosby doesn't come in and absolutely tank our season, but we'll get down to the last 5 here to see if it's going to matter. A shootout win there, that's big. We beat Tampa. A loss to Colorado, but we pick up a point there against St. Louis. Bounce back with 2 wins after those 2 losses. Shootout loss, shootout win. We get the win there. 2 wins against Philly. Beautiful. We beat the Kings. Can we topple the Islanders? We can't, but we knock off the Hurricanes. Ottawa sweeps us in a home and home. But we are sitting at 102 points, and that's good enough for top. What? Guys, does it feel like we should be the #1 team in the league? Because I don't feel like it does. Either way, it's going to be tight down the stretch here. We can't afford to go on a little bit of a skid. 106 points, though. 2 points ahead of the Panthers. Yeah, so I really want to claim the top seed in the East because we could play oh my God, we play the Penguins. Could you imagine we play the Penguins in the first round of the playoffs? Let's get up to the Buffalo game. The last game of the year could be important. Nashville, we beat them 7-1. Dallas, we beat them 5-2. Have clinched the conference and have clinched the President's Trophy. There we go. Top of the league, and Johnny Gaudreau is 2 points away from 100. A great season there as well. 110 points. The Penguins have clinched, and they are going to be the second wild card, which means the Penguins traded us Sidney Crosby, and Sidney Crosby now makes his return to Pittsburgh in the playoffs for the next one. What a crazy storyline that is. And all I had to do was give up, oh God, I forgot his name already. It's not Rem Pitlick, it's the other guy. Pius Suter. I think it was Pius Suter. I gave up Pius Suter. 98 points for Gaudreau, 94 for Pettersson, and 89 for Johnson, 85 for Crosby, who played 83 games. He was 18 points in 21 games played on the third line. What an upgrade. I mean, he played 12 minutes a night. Look at the giveaway to takeaway ratio. 28-7. Oh my God. I don't care if he's slow as molasses. He still knows where he should be. He's winning draws. He's putting up points. Oh my God. That's crazy. He passed Patrick Laine, who put up 39 goals. Another phenomenal season for Laine. Boqvist at 65 points. We'll stick to the forwards for now. Fantilli with 61. I think we found out what Adam Fantilli is going to be. He's going to be an elite two-way forward, great takeaway to giveaway ratio, and throws his body around. And he's going to be 60 points. Maybe he can be a point per game if everything goes right for the offense, which it didn't really do this season, but his shooting percentage was crazy high. He's a 60-point player, 20 goals, two-way forward. I'll take it. That's beautiful for my second-line center. Beauvillier with 49 points. Again, a little bit slower this year than years past, but he does earn the extension again. 22 goals, 50 points, plus player. Good giveaway to takeaway ratio. Gives the puck away 40 sometimes a year. Takes it away almost 100 times. Yeah, he's worth it. Chinakhov actually bounced back and outperformed Marchenko. And then you get down to the fourth line. You just got this rotating down here on the fourth line. Rem Pitlick with a +4, honestly bringing him in. Did really, really well. Markku Lidman in his rookie season did okay. 17 points, -9. Not tremendous, but he is a playmaker playing on the fourth line with Roseanne, who's a playmaker, and then Rem Pitlick, who is a two-way forward. So, taking a look at the defenseman, Boqvist killed it this year. 65 points, +38 for Werenski as well. 32 points for him. Rensfeldt got that bump up in ice time, 27 points this year. He did eat the second most amount of minutes. Giveaway to takeaway ratio wasn't bad. wasn't great. It's really not that bad. Defensemen, they usually don't have as good of forwards. But the block shots is nice to see. You love that. And then, he did match his career high in points for the second straight year. Higher ±2, though. Hopefully that ice time helps him grow. Jirasek continuing to be one of the best, probably the best second pairing defenseman in the league. 20 points +15. Matachuk was a -4, not great. And DeMello was a +1. So we did end up on the up and up. So I'm glad I didn't replace him. And then Askarov, a bounce back in the goal against average for sure. Save percentage still wasn't great. I guess we're good at shot suppression. So that way, when he lets in 2 to 3 goals a game, it's not on a ton of shots against. So solid season for him. And Tarasov, who we cannot extend, had a good last season as our backup goaltender. But I mean, I can't believe we have Sidney Crosby and he was that good for us on our third line. That's going to help us out so much in the playoffs. He continues to play like that. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are very good at hockey. Are they playing with Panarin? No, they're not. Dylan Strome is not. Dylan Strome is not either, but hello, Dylan Strome. Where did you come from? All of a sudden, just 102 points. Just Washington was like, yeah, and then boom, just blew up. I guess he got the extra 4 minutes ice time, and it really paid off. Austin Matthews continuing to put in a ton of goals. Mitch Marner alongside of him, dishing him the puck. Ovi, I mean, unlike real life, this Ovi is not stopping. He might get to, oh my God, if he stops 1 goal shy of 1,100, that's going to be a little bit disappointing. But it is what it is. Johnny Gaudreau finished up there in the top. You love to see that. As far as goals, we're not going to have anybody near the top here. Jeff Skinner, are you still on the Sabres? You're on the Rangers now. Are you still making $9 million? No, you're making $10 million. Good for you, Jeff. Tage Thompson, though, there he is. Just checking in on my Sabres. Oh, we got some new names here. Francisco Lowe, the power forward, and then Matty Beniers. I mean, obviously, we know Matty Beniers, real guy, but Clifford Kidd. Okay, so we're starting to see some new turnover here at the top. Take a look at the defenseman. Who is it? Cal McCart. Adam, you could have done us a favor. You could have just taken it away from him once. Better ±, fewer goals. Make your pick. For goaltenders, we know it's not going to be Askarov, but all in all, it does not look like a great year for goaltenders, although it was a great year for Jesper Wallstedt. He had a phenomenal year, 924, 243. Other than that, really, it's all over the place here. 909, 910. You can see, I mean, Askarov was pretty good, all things considered. The goal against average was the second best in the league. So like I said, good at shot suppression. And, he's a good goaltender. It's just the shot suppression from the team, I bet, that is causing his save percentage to be lower than it should be. So he's right up there. 5 more games, maybe he could have pulled the save percentage up a couple points. Don't know how crazy that would have gotten, but I still think it's Wallstedt's to lose. But our first round opponent will be the Pittsburgh Penguin. And guys, I'm very excited for this postseason run. But you know what I'm not excited for now is to spin the wheel. Here we go, guys. Ready for the wheel. Let's just see what it's going to be. It's been a good season. We got a full season in this episode, so it's going to be a little bit longer than usual. Who is demanding more ice time? That's what it looks like it's going to be. Yes, a player is demanding more ice time. So what player wants more ice time? And can I give him more ice time? In the playoffs, they're going to be demanding more ice time. That's kind of crazy. And it's going to be Dylan DeMello wants more ice time. All right, well, I guess we move him up on to the second pairing and move. We're not moving Werenski or Jirasek down. I don't really know what to do there, but DeMello wants more ice time. Maybe we can put him on the first penalty kill if he's not already. Maybe, I don't know what else to do. That's where you guys come in, though, so I want to hear your guys' thoughts and comments on what I should do with Dylan DeMello, but what a great season. This one was fun. We got Sidney Crosby, and it's got a Sidney Crosby Revenge series coming up. So, guys, if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.